Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's Spark with Georgetoon.com. I'm back with another Monday Morning Mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? I got something this morning with an extra kick, a familiar old friend. Hang on 1 minute. Oh, that's good. Good hot cup of coffee. Man, is that good. Wow. I knew it was in there, but it still caught me by surprise. Yeah, from Black Rifle Coffee Company. CAF. Yeah, extra caffeine to get you going. This is a good one, a medium roast. We like this one a lot. Yeah, that is terrific. And the reason why we're using that, the reason why we're using this is because of what Rodney Ripplinger sent to the channel. He sent this along. Drink coffee, because no great story ever started with, I was having a kale smoothie. Yeah, and this is definitely the opposite. The kick that this has is definitely the opposite of a kale smoothie. Hang on, one more sip. Oh man, is that good? And as we like to say on the show, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug. Let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. Absolutely. Let me get one more sip here. I'm just trying to scroll through my notes, put my coffee down, pick it up. You know how it is. Yeah, hang on. Oh boy, is that good. And hey, if you're taking me along on your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift. I really do appreciate that. If you are tuning us in via the audio podcast, thanks very, very much for tuning us in and listening in via all those great podcast streams out there like Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, those kinds of things. Thanks very, very much for that. Boy, we got a great show for you this morning. I'm just thinking, no great story ever started with, I was having a kale smoothie. Yeah, that's why you drink coffee. One more sip. Hang on. Oh, yeah, just getting myself together here this morning. Okay, what we have for you this morning, got a great show for you this morning. Got a great viewer shaving tip. We're revisiting a tip of sorts with a little bit of a twist. We're going to give you both sides of the equation. You'll understand when you see it, so stay tuned for that. We also have a terrific shave den visit. We got the usual round of reminders for you. Got an update on that Larry giveaway. We selected a winner. We also have some terrific refill comments. We have got some fantastic new wet shaving gear for you this morning. Stay tuned. And a big, big thank you right off the bat to David Dart. Thank you again, David, very, very much. Stay tuned. Wait until you see what he sent the channel. We also have some great questions and comments. So all in all, terrific show this morning. A great kick to get you going. I'm still waking up. So thanks very much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. Let's get the show kicked off like we do every week with a viewer morning shaving tip. Well, this morning's shaving tip comes from viewer Jay Potter, and it's one that we have discussed before, but wanted to remind you about it one more time because we've been talking about Boar shaving brushes. And Jay writes, "Hey Mark, yet another great 3MB. I love a good Boar brush, especially when my growth is over 2 days. They are amazing for lifting the hair. Now, when I break mine in, I get a moisturizer soap like Dove. Then I'll lather it and use my other hand like a bowl. So I'll load the brush on the bar, then lather it in my hand. I lather on my hand for 5 minutes, then do it again 6 times for 30 minutes of work. It really breaks the brush in as though it has been used for 1 year. This method never fails me. It even gets rid of that animal smell. I hope someone gives it a try." From Jay, the head shaver with a straight razor. Well, Jay, I did give that a try. As you recall, on the Monday Morning Mailbag, I mentioned that I grabbed the Zenith Boar brush with the butterscotch handle. Thanks, Mom. That Nat Panter very kindly sent to the channel. And I did that. And I didn't use Dove shave soap. I used Magano shaving soap because it comes in a bar like this. and I went ahead and I loaded the brush on the bar, and then I built a lather for 5 minutes in my other hand, right here. And I did that for a total of 30 minutes. And it seemed to break the brush in very, very well. And I went ahead and used it and built lathers with it and shaving with it, that sort of thing. And I think your method was very, very good. I think perhaps, though, that maybe I need to use Dove moisturizing soap. I think maybe that will add something to the process. Magano did a good job, but I think perhaps Dove or some other extra moisturizing soap will be more helpful. That's my guess. Now, Jamie Horn contacted the channel, and he reminded us of the soaking method, where you take the boar brush and you soak it in a jar of water over a period of time. Jamie uses this method this way. He'll take the boar brush, he'll put it in a jar of water, and he'll soak it for 7 to 10 days, just placing it on the counter. Now, optionally, you can put that jar with the cold water and the boar brush in the refrigerator. We've done that for about 3 days. And I decided that I was going to go ahead and also use this method on the boar brush with the butterscotch handle. Thanks, Mom. And so I have it in there like that, and I've placed this in the refrigerator, but I think I'm going to go about 7 days with this to see if it further softens the brush and gives me a little more of a bloom. Because the first time around with the Magano soap, it worked well, but I'm thinking, you know what, doggone, I should have used Dove soap. So we're going to go ahead and just soak it in the refrigerator for about 7 days. I don't want to leave it on the counter for fear of maybe knocking it over, something like that. So I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for about a good 7 days, and I'll put it back in the refrigerator after I'm done with this segment, and then we'll go ahead and pull it out, dry it off, towel dry it, and that sort of thing, and then take a picture or two of it, and show it to you also on an upcoming Monday Morning Mailbag, and see what it looks like, and also, have some shaves with it. So maybe it'll bloom the brush a little more, or maybe the first process, Jay's process, resulted in maximum bloom. That's kind of the answer I'm looking for. That's my question. Which method is going to allow for more bloom? And I think perhaps this will enhance it a little bit, but I think the Jay's method probably got this brush to maximum bloom. And well, you know what? We'll see. Also, I really didn't have to put this in a jar. I could have just continued using it, and through continued use, it'll bloom more and more and more over a period of time. But I just kind of want to see how this works, along with the soap method that Jay mentioned. But it's a fantastic, fantastic tip on how to break in a boar shaving brush. So my thanks to Jay Potter for very kindly sending it along to the channel. And to say thank you, Jay, for you and only you, an original signed George sketch. So please send me your snail mail address to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and I will send this to you post haste. And if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, just send me a shaving tip. Send that shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com. And if I use it here on the Viewer Morning Shaving Tip segment of the Monday Morning Mailbag, you too will receive an original signed George sketch. So Jay, thanks again for a great shaving tip. Really do appreciate it. Okay, it's time for a shave den visit.
Grab your favorite shave soap, whip it up, rich and creamy, fill your cup. Boom, lather. Hot towel ready, face feels prime. A classic shave, so smooth, so fine. 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do the work, no need to rush. Shave like a pro, close and neat. A shave so smooth it can't be beat. Slap on your favorite splash, feel that glow. Shave complete, now you're ready to go. Oh, boom, shave complete, you're ready to go.
Well, this morning's Shave Den visit comes from viewer Paul Desjardins, and it has to do with cleaning a safety razor. And Paul writes, "Hello, Mark. Thought I would add to my last week's comments by sending you a few pictures and videos of how I deep clean my Emperor Meiji adjustable razor. As you can see, I put it in a steel bowl with dish soap and pour boiling water over. I let it sit for several hours, then rinse clean. I also let it dry standing up with the doors open. This lets the water drain properly. That's why it rattles. The bottom of the handle is supposed to allow the water to drain." Now, he added to this in a follow-up email, and he writes, "Some people mistake the rattle you hear on the bottom of the Meiji as a defect. This is actually by design. The loose bead at the bottom is loose to allow for water to drain from the inside of the handle. It's 2 years old now and still looks like new. No aggressive brushing or scrubbing to scratch the finish. Enjoy, and as always, go Buckeyes, yeah." Go Buckeyes, yeah. College football season is right around the corner now that we're in August, yeah. Thanks very much for reminding us, Paul. Really, really do appreciate that. And thanks for a really, really terrific Shave Den visit on how you clean your safety razor. Now, in the giveaway last week, the giveaway that the winner that we selected in the giveaway last week, part of the prize was a Vikings Blade Emperor Meiji adjustable razor. And here is mine right here. And boy, this is one terrific adjustable razor. And it is built like a little tank. So now that I know a great cleaning routine, I'm probably going to follow up and copy your routine to clean my Emperor Meiji adjustable razor because, as you say, there's no scrubbing or anything like that to mar the finish. So I think that's what I'm going to do because I do need a little bit of a cleaning here. And most of us would use a soft brush or a soft cloth, something like that. But I think your method is another way to clean a twist-to-open adjustable razor and get a really, really good result. As you say, it's 2 years old and it still looks like new. So my gosh, that's absolutely fantastic. Paul, thanks again for a really, really terrific Shave Den visit and a safety razor cleaning routine that works and has worked for you 2 years now. Thanks again, Paul. Really do appreciate it. Well, here's your reminder to check out shavesplash.com. This is a website that was created by viewer Lee Meyer. If you happen to have a shave soap, but you don't have an aftershave splash for it, well, shavesplash.com is a scent matching website. So you'll be able to find a complimentary aftershave scent that will go with that shaving soap. Really, really terrific. And they also have some great articles and features up there. So check it out. We'll have the link below, shavesplash.com from viewer Lee Meyer. Well, the channel now has auto dub technology courtesy of Google and YouTube. And as the name suggests, it will automatically translate this audio from English into Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. Pretty amazing. Simply click on the gear in the lower right of the video screen. A menu will pop up, and there you can select the language that you wish to hear the audio in: Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. It translates it from English to any of those languages in real time, on the fly. Pretty amazing. Auto dub. Check it out. Well, here's your weekly reminder that the Monday Morning Mailbag is also available as a podcast. Simply get up to your favorite streaming service and search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast, as well as our other podcast, Second Cup, will come right up. Both of those podcasts are available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, and now iHeartRadio. Well, on July 29th, 2025, we selected a winner in the Larry giveaway. This was a terrific giveaway that was sponsored by David Lair and Larry Napier. David Lair sent along a beautiful artisan-made Bacote wooden brush handle. David created this brush handle himself, absolutely gorgeous. And Larry Napier sent along a beautiful Vikings blade Emperor Meiji adjustable safety razor. Absolutely beautiful. Both of them go together so very, very well, which is why we paired them together and created the Larry giveaway. Gentlemen, thank you again very, very much. Again, we selected a winner this past July 29th, and the winner was Mark W. Kenny. And Mark has until August 12th to contact us and claim his prize. Mark, if you're listening, all you have to do is email us at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and we'll get the Bacote brush handle and the Emperor Meiji adjustable safety razor shipped off to you ASAP. So again, the winner of the Larry giveaway was Mark W. Kinney. Congratulations to Mark once again. And a big, big thank you to David Lair and Larry Napier for sponsoring this giveaway, the Larry giveaway. Gentlemen, thanks again very, very much. Congratulations to Mark W. Kinney for winning it. And thanks to everyone out there for participating, for entering, for commenting, for sharing and supporting this channel in so many wonderful ways. Thanks again, everyone. Really do appreciate it. Well, this morning we have a surprise announcement, and it comes courtesy of viewer Aaron Watson. Aaron gave us the heads up on this. Aaron, thank you very, very much. We learned about this sometime on Monday after the Monday Morning Mailbag was already published. And Aaron wrote, "Hey, Mark, I didn't hear you mention this on today's 3MB, but the tickets to the Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup are now on sale." Yes, it's the 5th annual Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup, Saturday, September 20th, 2025, from 11:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at River's Edge Cutlery. How about that? We'll get a link to where you can get a ticket. And here's what they have to say. It's hard to believe that 5 years ago, a few Ohio wet shavers got together to commiserate the cancellation of the Maggard meetup, but here we are. We are thankful to have River's Edge Cutlery once again as our host for this year's event. Due to space, we must cap attendance at 50. Get your tickets early to ensure your spot at the event. Oh, look at this. They're going to have a meetup soap and splash for all attendees. Barrister and Mann and Sterling Soap Company are collaborating to bring you a one-of-a-kind scent to celebrate 5 great years of meetups. Brought to you by the masterful nose of Will Carius and saponified by the incomparable duo of Rod and Mandy Loven, it will certainly be one to please our faces and our noses. Plus, there will be a special bonus offering from our own Adopted Acre Soap Company. Doug and his family have been hard at work this past year, building their company and refining their product formulations. We are proud to be part of their journey and look forward to their future. We're doing the cooking this year. We're firing up our smokers and cooking our own barbecue, pulled pork, brisket, and sides. If we are lucky, Mrs. Donut might bake some of her famous fudge brownies. More sponsors, more prizes. You'll be entered into a drawing for great prizes from Shannon Soaps, Spearhead Shaving, The Gentle Shave, Timeless Razor, Sterling Soap Company, and many more. Piff Table. Once again, bring your old, unused, or unwanted items, drop them on the table, and pick up anything you like. Rules. For software, you may donate full-size products in their original packaging with minimum 50% of the product remaining. No sample sizes or homemade packaging, please. Please feel free to trade samples with other attendees. Hardware should be clean and functional. No defective or unsafe razors. Please remove all blades. The meetup gives back to the community. The Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup is proud once again to support the Children's Cancer Research Fund through Barb Keiss and the Great Cycle Challenge. Over the past 6 years, Barb has ridden over 1,300 miles and raised over $17,000. For the 5th year in a row, our own Dave Keiss will be holding a raffle in support of Barb's efforts for some super shaving prizes from all the great artisans. Once again, last year, the Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup donation to the raffle won a prize package, which will be given away at this year's meetup. How about that? Wow, what an absolutely fantastic meetup it's going to be. Year 5, the 5-year anniversary. Wow, we'll have a link to where you can get tickets. I've already got my ticket. I'm set. I'm going to attend this one. Really looking forward to it. Again, it's Saturday, September 20th, 2025 from 11:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at River's Edge Cutlery. I believe that's in Hilliard, Ohio. We'll get a link to where you can get tickets and all this great information. Really looking forward to it. Once again, I've got my ticket. I hope to see you there. Well, what do you know? Coffee's getting low, that time of the show. Let's go back for a refill. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did. Hang on, let me get another sip here. Yeah, that's great. No kale smoothie here. We've got calf from the Black Rifle Coffee Company, medium roast. And again, this was Coffee of the Month Club gift that my nephew Jason, his wife Allison, and the boys sent along to me for Christmas. Love, love, love that gift. And this was one of the offerings that came in some time ago. Calf. We've used it before. It's got a little extra caffeine to give you a little extra kick to get you going in the morning. And we forgot to mention, we're using the Sterling coffee mug this morning right here. And very, very fitting now that we know that Sterling Soap Company is going to be part of the Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup. How about that? Yeah, terrific, terrific, beautiful coffee mug. This was sent to the channel by viewer Mark Bagwell. Just an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous coffee mug. Love that badge art right there. Yeah, absolutely terrific. Hang on, one more. Let me get another sip. Hang on. Yeah, that's great. A good hot cup of coffee. And if you may have noticed, I'm wearing my long sleeve Henley shirt. You know, it's got the 3 buttons there and the open, kind of the open collar there, that kind of thing. Well, we had a cool down. Yeah, we were having temperatures in the 90s, and then all of a sudden we had this dramatic cool down. So when that usually happens, you put on like a long sleeve light sweatshirt or a heavier sweatshirt, depending on how much it cools down, that sort of thing. You know, the look is sometimes during the day you're wearing like say a t-shirt and then maybe some short pants, your tennis shoes, socks, that sort of thing. And when it starts getting cool, you throw on a long sleeve sweatshirt or a long sleeve Henley like this. And then, it's that kind of variety during the summer days, when the summer days are nice and warm, like 80 degrees or so, and then all of a sudden they start to cool down in the evening. I think we're getting into that kind of rhythm of the summer months right now. Certainly we get that right as September starts to come, as September rolls around, is what I'm saying. Yeah, and you'll see that look with a lot of folks out there. They'll wear short pants and a t-shirt during the day, and then and as the evening rolls around, they're putting on a long sleeve sweatshirt and leaving the short pants on, is what I'm saying. Yeah, that's kind of the I guess you could say the late summer look. Hang on, one more sip here. Yeah, that's absolutely terrific. And you know what? Let's not forget the Black Coffee Life website by Mantic59, where you can learn about all the health benefits of drinking black coffee. And also the Lockhorns. Someday we'll look back on this and quickly change the subject. A hardcover collection of those great Lockhorn cartoons by my friends Bunny Host and John Reiner. Okay, a little bit of the housekeeping done. Let's get to some of these refill comments. Hey, let's kick it off with something from viewer Mike H., who writes, "Hi, Mark. Great Monday morning mailbag. Fantastic segments throughout the show as always. I definitely enjoy an ice cream cone as long as it's a crunchy sugar cone and not necessarily a waffle cone, though, which always seems to get a little bit soggy by the time the ice cream is almost finished. You know, that's it. A sugar cone. I was calling it a pointy ice cream cone. It's a sugar cone. That's the name of it. Mike, thanks very much for reminding us. And I agree. Those waffle cones, yeah, that bottom will get soggy and start to leak if you take a little too long eating that ice cream. Maybe you got a triple scooper, and that means a lot more ice cream flowing down and melting to the bottom of the cone. Yeah, it does get soggy. I agree. Hoping you have a wonderful start to the week and sending best regards as always, Mark. Thanks very much, Mike. Really, really do appreciate it. Yeah, a sugar cone. I forgot the name of it. Sugar cone. I was calling it a pointy cone. It's a sugar cone. Yeah, a classic sugar cone. Thanks again, Mike. Really do appreciate it. Hey, Mike Parit checked in and he wrote, great 3MB. I think it's a mix of people buying razors, but mostly current wet shavers are just buying more. It was Leaf that brought me into this hobby 8 years ago as I was searching for a better way to shave my head, and I now have many single and regular DE razors. Have a great week. Well, this is in regards to the question that we asked last week, which was contributed by viewer Tim Whitcup. Who are buying all these razors? There are a lot of razor manufacturers out there and a great selection of safety razors. Who's buying all these razors? New wet shavers or folks who have been doing the traditional wet shave for a while? And Mike seems to think that the majority of those sales are being driven by repeat sales from folks who have been doing the wet shave for a number of years. And I don't think you're too far off on that, Mike. It could probably a balance between the two. The question is, who's driving more sales? Mike seems to think it's the established folks out there who have been doing the traditional wet shave for quite some time and are buying a few more razors for the shave den, and very well could be. Mike, thanks very much for that comment. Really, really do appreciate it. This comes from James Sefton. Oh, on the same subject. Hey, Mark, on today's 3MB about people buying additional razors, maybe they found one that they really like and want to put one on the shelf for later, or maybe a gift for a family member or a friend. Just a thought, James. That's a great point, too, because I know a lot of wet shavers out there have contacted the show and said that they have bought multiple razors of the same model, and they have put one away just in case it's no longer being made. And I can understand that. So, for instance, if you have two razors of the same model, and let's say you travel with one of them, and for some reason it gets lost or misplaced, or you leave it behind. You come home and you think to yourself, well, you know what? I can always buy another one. And you go online and it's no longer available. Well, you've got one in the wings that you still have there. Okay, I've got an extra one right here. Maybe that's what's going on too. I know that there are wet shavers out there that have contacted the show saying that they liked a razor so much they bought a second or a third one just to have, just in case. And yeah, also giving it away as a gift. Because they like the shave so much, they'll buy an extra one and give it to a family member or a friend, son, something like that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, James. Thanks very, very much for that. That 50s guy wrote, it's always a pleasure to watch. I love the positive energy you always bring. I hope the blog gets restored soon. I love reading the comics on there. Yeah, you know what? Thanks very much to that 50s guy for sending along this message. I forgot to renew my domain for Georgetoon.com, and my blog, where I have a lot of George comic strips, was no longer available for a while. I got up there, I renewed the domain, we're back up and running. So that 50s guy, the Georgetoon blog, is available once more. We'll have a link to it below. I have got to update the website and the blog. I've got to rework it and start from scratch somehow and change things around, because that is an old design that's up there. My nephew Mike created that back in 2010, I think. Yeah, I think it was 2010. So I haven't really updated it in quite some time. It got to the point where the technology by the web host kind of went beyond what the template of my blog could maintain. Does that make sense? In other words, the template got a little too old and a little too long in the tooth, technology-wide, and and the new technology of the website no longer accommodates that older template. That's the way of putting it. It's like I got a new highway up there, but I got an old model car that won't run on the road as well. That's what's going on. That's the way. That's the way to express it. I got to get a new car for the new highway. That's what I'm saying. But a big thank you to that 50s guy for pointing that out, because I had no clue. I renewed for 2 years, and here, wow, 2 years already? I forgot all about it. So thank you very much for pointing that out. It's been renewed. We're back up and running, and I got to do a redesign of that. I need an assistant. I need an assistant to take care of some of this stuff. So that 50s guy, thanks again very, very much for pointing that out. Really do appreciate it. And enjoy all the comics that are up there right now. Rob Miller checked in. Great show, Mark. Keep cool. I purchased the turntable from Amazon after the tip last week. It makes finding soaps very easy and cleared up some room. This was a great shaving tip that we had recently on a Monday Morning Mailbag, where you get a turntable like a Lazy Susan, about 10 inches in size, and 4 shave soaps will fit on that very well, and you can kind of stack them up to whatever height you want, and it makes organizing your shave down a little bit easier. Rob, thanks very much for confirming how great that works. Really do appreciate it. Ken Williams checked in. I paused the video, went and found an empty eyeglass case and put my Zamchi razor in it. Fits perfectly. What a great tip. Looking at the shave soap now. Thanks, Mark, for another great 3MB. This was a great shaving tip that we got in a recent Monday Morning Mailbag. An old glass case makes a great razor case. So if you have an old eyeglass case lying around the house, grab one of your favorite razors and drop it in there and see if it fits. Ken said that his Zamchi razor fits perfectly in an old glass case that he had lying around the house. Ken, thanks very much for confirming that. Really, really do appreciate it. Axeman7588 writes, always preferred the cone rather than the cup for ice cream. Yeah, this is the debate. What do you like more, the sugar cone or the waffle cone when you have an ice cream cone? My father once watched an ice cream vendor rest the cup on a less than sterile counter. That's why he always told me to get the cone style, laugh out loud. The things you make me remember. And in Canada, it was definitely called a rocket pop. Xman7588, thanks for that really great ice cream tip. That's a good one. So you know what? If you're someone scooping ice cream when you go to get ice cream, if you're getting it out of an ice cream wagon or an ice cream shop, always make sure that when they've got an ice cream cone, they're not setting it down on the counter. If you want a waffle cone, hopefully they'll just scoop it and then hand it to you. And that's why his dad always ordered a sugar cone, because it's got that pointy bottom. You can't rest it. You gotta hold it and then hand it to the customer. That is really a useful tip. Thanks again very, very much. And yeah, Rocket Pop. This was in regards to countdown the National Ice Cream Day. Day 6 was the Sour Tower shave soap. Looks like a Rocket Pop. Some people called it a Rocket Pop. Other people had other names for it. But in Canada, it was definitely called a Rocket Pop. Hey, stay tuned. More on that later, courtesy of one of the viewers out there. I believe it was Mark Vernick. Stay tuned for that. We're going to talk about that a little more. So Axman7588, thanks very much for that. Really do appreciate it. Jimmy V Photography checked in and he wrote, great shaving tip. I love the Shave Den Visit theme song. I sit here and sing along with it, laugh out loud. Vanilla scoops in the cup for me. I liked how it would get soft as the ice cream melted down into. Well, one person didn't like that the bottom got soft. Another person loves that it got soft. Go figure, that's great. Also seemed to leak less. Charles nailed it. Rocket Pops and Bomb Pops all depended on the truck. Synthetic knots rule. I have some really expensive Badger brushes, and my Phoenix shaving brushes beat them hands down. The fine ceramic lather ball would be perfect for that bevel brush. It's shallow and works really well. Yeah, I happen to mention that in talking about the bevel shave kit that came courtesy of viewer Nate Jackson, that the brush is great for travel, great for the shaved end, but a more shallow shaving bowl would work perfectly with it. And the fine lathering bowl is good and shallow. And you're absolutely right, Jimmy. That would be a great one to use. And I think I have used it after I did the review and everything. And the review is done. It's been uploaded. I just have to schedule it. So stay tuned for the Bevel Shave Starter Kit review coming soon. Okay, he continues here. I think current wet shavers keep buying products. Then new wet shavers quickly fall down the rabbit hole and start building up their shaved end while depleting their bank accounts. I think that's it. I was thinking about that earlier during the refill segment here, but I did not know how to express it. You expressed it perfectly. Jimmy, thank you very, very much. That outro, George cartoon, cracked me up. Exactly something my friend's daughter would say. That check out last week's Monday Morning Mailbag for that particular George comic strip. I had a fun time drawing it up, and you'll understand what Jimmy is saying. Jimmy, thanks so much for all the great comments. Really do appreciate it. Robert Ross checked in and he wrote, to add to the shaving tip using a hard shell glass case, I would wrap the blades in a micro cloth to prevent rattling. It could also be used to dry off the razor after rinsing it off. That is a great, great additional tip to using an old glasses case as a razor case. Just take some of those blades, wrap them in a Microsoft cloth, and then place both the razor and the blades with the cloth in there. And now you've got a cloth to clean the razor with. That's absolutely fantastic, Robert. Thanks very much for passing it along. Really do appreciate it. And that wraps up this week's refill segment. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some new wet shaving gear. Now we have something really, really special to share with you this morning, and it comes courtesy of viewer David Dart. David, thank you very, very much. You're really going to be interested in this, especially if you are a head shaver. Here it is, folks. Here, as I introduce it to you, let me read to you what David wrote to us. And he wrote, Mark, good afternoon, sir. Another great 3MB today. David, thank you very, very much. I just left the post office and a package is headed to your doorstep. This time I'm sending you a Headblade MotoRazor, 4 replacement cartridges, Headblade Head Slick Shaving Cream, and Headblade Head Lube. Headblade Head Lube is the aftershave balm. I took a guess and got you glossy. It comes in glossy or matte finish. Please let me know when it arrives so I don't worry. Well, I already let them know when it arrived. I was absolutely floored when it arrived on my doorstep. This is absolutely fantastic. He says here, the razor is perfect for travel. Let me know what you think after a shave with it. And just a suggestion, I highly, highly recommend going to YouTube and watch Headblade's video on using the razor. You will find it very helpful. Enjoy and have a wonderful day. David Dart. David, thank you again very, very much for sending this along to the channel, allowing me to share it with all the viewers out there. This is fantastic. I did go up and check out the video on how to use the Headblade. We are the MotoRazor by Headblade. We're going to link that video below so you can check that out. We're going to unbox this for the very first time. It's still sealed up right there, as you can see. I wanted to unbox it and show you what it looks like so we can both see it together. Now, here it is right here. It says Ultra Sharp 4-blade cartridge and dual active suspension right there on the back, okay? And here it is right here. Head shaver razor handle. There it is right there, okay? Yeah, boy, absolutely beautiful. Here we go. We're going to open this up for the first time. Okay, I'm going to open it up like that, and we'll pull this out. Okay, and here it is. Going to open it up, It's in there in a tray. We'll pull this tray out like this. Okay, so it's wrapped up like this. Okay. Hello, sexy. Glad you gave us a try. Your head will thank you, okay? And you can also maybe scan that barcode in so you can check it out yourself and see where it leads. We'll check that out later. So we're gonna break this. Oh, here it is. We'll break it over here, I think. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Okay, got it. Broke it like that, and here it is right here. Oh man, this is very, very compact, and it already comes with a blade installed. How about that? That is really super, super slick. Now, as I understand it, you put it right there like that, and it has a suspension right here. Okay, we're going to keep that cover on there. Okay, has a suspension there, and it also goes here. Let me show you. I'll take it off like this. Has a suspension here, and it also, goes back and forth like that. So dual suspension. And the way you use this is, I believe you lead with the ball. So if you're holding it like this, okay, you lead with the ball. So you would, with the way the ball is right now, I would go back to front with this. And I'm sure you can turn it around if you want, and then perhaps go front to back like this. But it looks like the more comfortable way to use this is put it on like this, back to front, and do your head shave that way. Now you can see I haven't done a head shave in a few days, and we're growing in the hair to give this a good test drives, and we'll be recording that review and that first use as well. This is really, really a slick item. How about that? Here's what they have to say about it on their product page. The head blade was designed for a single function, make head shaving easy. We accomplished this by following a couple of simple design principles. The user had to be able to shave by feel. In other words, the razor had to sit close to the head. The razor needed 2 contact points to create a suspension, allowing the blade to automatically pivot and follow the contour of the head. They also say here, why the MotoRazor? The Moto's unique design allows the razor blade to pivot up and down, following the contour of your scalp, while the body can lean side to side. Made with a plastic bottom with rubber finger ring. Lightweight and easy to maneuver to shave anywhere. How about that? We'll get a link to the product page where you can get all this information. And again, there's the roller ball right there, and you just wear it like you would, like you would wear a ring. And again, I think this is probably the best way to use it right there. Okay, lead with the ball, as I recall from what I saw in the video. And yeah, I think that's how it is. Let me just take a look here one more time. Yeah, lead. Yes, hang on. Yes, because I'm feeling the blades here. And yeah, lead with the ball, because that's the way they're set in there. Lead with the ball. So it would go this way like this, this way like this, this way like this. So that's how you would do it. And we'll be clipping this in and out. The video also shows you how to clip in the cartridge, and we'll learn a little bit more about that when we really get into doing the shave, and we'll demonstrate that on the review. But there it is from Headblade, the MotoRazor. We got 4 refills, so we got 5 cartridges here, and we also have the Head Slick shaving cream and the Headblade Head Lube Glossy aftershave balm. Boy, oh boy, am I looking forward to doing this head shave with this MotoRazor. This is great. And again, you're absolutely right, Dave. A perfect size for travel. This will travel very, very well, very, very easily. Just take this, throw it into your DOP kit, and you're good to go. So if you're a head shaver, we'll link to this so you can check this out. What a terrific, terrific item from Headblade, the MotoRazor. My thanks to David Dart for very kindly and generously sending this one along to the channel and allowing me to share with all the viewers. You can see right there how it suggests that it leads with the ball right there. My gosh, this is really, really terrific. Let's get that on there like that so we can Show it to you one more time. There it is, right there, from Headblade, the MotoRazor. My thanks to David Dart for very kindly and generously sending this one along to the channel and allowing me to share with all the viewers. We're going to get a review done. I'm excited about this one. David, thanks again very, very much. We'll have links below. Well, this morning we have another wonderful shave soap offering for you from Enchanted Path Creations. And again, my thanks to John and Chaz for very kindly sending this one along to the channel and allowing me to share it with all the viewers out there. And a lot of summer left, and you want to try this one. Here it is, Zombie Punch. How about that? This is a good one. And as they write here, Zombie Punch. This super sweet fruit punch blend is strong enough to raise the dead. This is a terrific, that is a terrific fruit punch blend. This is perfect. This is going to be great for a cold water shave. I'm definitely going to get a review done on this one and do a cold water shave. Oh yeah, plenty of hot days left this summer, that's for sure. Oh my gosh, this is really, really terrific. Yeah, so there it is, Zombie Punch from Enchanted Path Creations. And they also sent along the matching aftershave balm. We got an aftershave balm here. This is terrific. Wow, this is great. Oh man, hang on 1 minute. Oh yeah, I gotta take that cap off. Boy, that's nice. So this is a balm. So this looks like it's gonna be, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and splash this one on too after the shave. That's how they have it labeled. Aftershave balm, and there is the Zombie Punch shave soap. Wow, this is a terrific, terrific scent. We've already done a review of the previous soap we talked about, Italian Citrus. This was a great scent, and the performance was really, really good. Great, great residual slickness, as Raul Alberto de la Rosa informed us. Like this one a lot, and they've got a great selection of shave soaps, splashes, balms, and also bar soaps. Here's another one that we want to share with you right here. Great chunky kind of looking bar soap right here. This is, you can see here, Drakkar or Drakkar. I don't know how that's, but Drakkar, Drakkar, I think is how it's pronounced. Yeah, and here's what they have to say about this scent. A masculine soapy scent inspired by the classic men's fragrance. Yeah, Drakkar, I think it's Drakkar. Yeah, or Drakkar. I think it's Drakkar. I'm not sure. If you know how to pronounce this, comment below and let me know. I think it's Drakkar. Yeah, that's terrific. And the scent, oh, that's wonderful. That is a masculine, refined, classic men's fragrance. Yeah, that is terrific. Yeah, these are great in the shower. I've already used their root beer in the shower. That was terrific. I mean, that one was really, really good. And right now we're using Whiskey Oak. Yeah, this will be next. Yeah, so they got some great shave soaps, some great bar soaps, some great fragrances. Check them out. We'll have a link below to Enchanted Path Creations. Check out this one for summer. Plenty of summer left to try this one out. Zombie Punch. My thanks again to John and Chaz for very kindly sending this along to the channel and allowing me to share it with everyone out there. Zombie Punch from Enchanted Path Creations. We'll have a link below. Well, we've got a new shaving cream to share with you this morning. It comes courtesy of Robert from American Vintage Soap Company right here. Here's the packaging. Traditional shaving cream, Sandalwood right there. And here is the glass jar of Sandalwood shaving cream right here. Boy, oh boy, a beautiful hexagonal glass jar because this is a natural product. And Robert wanted to put this into a glass jar so plastic doesn't leach into the natural ingredients in the shaving cream. And this is a beautiful, beautiful sandalwood scent. Oh yeah, this is terrific. And the shaving cream, just sampling it here a little bit on my fingertips. Boy, is that already slick. So you'll be scooping this out and putting into your shaving bowl and building a lather that way. Robert sent along a few comments here that I wanted to share with you. And he says, I wanted to maintain a short and pure ingredients list. I wanted to improve the skin feel and post-shave skin feel with this glass iteration. And definitely my favorite of all time. And he says that this is set in stone. The recipe is set in stone. So he is really, really excited about this one. Here's what they have to say on their product page. Traditional. By the way, this is available on Amazon now. This is where I'm getting this information from, their Amazon product page. Yeah, you can go right up to Amazon and get this right now. It's available. Here's what they have to say on the Amazon product page. Traditional, handmade in small batches, specifically for wet shaving with a shaving brush. A tallow base provides a robust, skin-friendly lather for shaving. All shaving cream is housed in a glass jar to avoid plastic leaching and to preserve its natural quality. All natural. Our recipe has no artificial fragrances or synthetic preservatives. All natural. Our recipe, traditional, handmade in small batches, specifically for wet shaving with a shaving brush. A tallow base provides a robust, skin-friendly lather for shaving. All shaving cream is housed in a glass jar to avoid plastic leaching and to preserve its natural quality. All natural. Our recipe has no artificial fragrances or synthetic preservatives. Avoid getting water trapped in the jar and keep the lid secure to preserve its quality and freshness. So what you're going to be doing is just taking off the lid, scooping some out, putting it in a lathering bowl, a shaving bowl, and then putting that lid right back on there and then setting it aside out of the way of water splashing around. That's how I'm going to do it. Hidden value, 1 gram, about a blueberry size, yields roughly 3 passes worth of lather, and each jar contains around 125 to 135 grams of high quality shaving cream. We recommend a synthetic shaving brush and a dedicated shaving bowl to get the best lather out of our shaving cream. Smooth. The skin comes first. Food grade beef tallow and cold pressed hemp seed oil work together to provide a slick, gentle, and dense lather with a wonderful skin feel. With less than 5 ingredients, this shaving cream is formulated to be friendly to sensitive skin types. Wow, that's great to know. A true classic. Sandalwood is a wet shaving staple, and we do it right. No artificial fragrances here. We use genuine sandalwood essential oil, a warm, woody, and sensual, all-natural classic for morning or evening shaving. Wow, and this is a great scent. Yeah, a warm, woody, and sensual, all-natural classic for morning or evening shaving. Absolutely. This is refined. This is gentlemanly. This is a great sandalwood scent, no doubt about it. And here is a little instruction on how to build a lather. Introduce water to your shaving bowl slowly and in parts, as our shaving cream does not require much water to achieve an ideal lather for shaving. This method will limit the chance of drowning your lather. So, scoop it out, put a little bit in a lathering bowl, start whipping up that lather, and introduce a little bit of water as you go, and make sure not to drown it with water right off the bat. You're going to get a great lather. Boy, I am really looking forward to reviewing this and using it. The scent is fantastic, and just dipping my fingers into the cream right here, it already feels very, very slick. This is going to produce a great lather. It's got a great scent, a great looking, wonderful hexagonal classic jar to preserve all those wonderful natural ingredients inside. Boy, this is a great one. From American Vintage Soap Company, their Sandalwood Shaving Cream, available now on Amazon. We'll have a link below. My thanks to Robert and everyone at American Vintage Soap Company for very kindly sending this one along to the channel and allowing me to share it with all the viewers. Again, Robert, thank you very much. Folks, we'll have a link below to their Amazon product page. Check it out. Well, the traditional wet shave is all about good grooming. And another part of the grooming routine involves maybe trimming nose hairs, getting rid of hair within your ears, that sort of thing. And there are a number of devices out there that can handle that. For instance, I happen to have this one in the shave den. This is battery powered. It has this kind of cutting blade right here. Okay, you can hear that? Okay. And yeah, you can kind of turn that on and then kind of run it around inside your ears and inside your nostrils, and it'll do a nice job of clearing out some of that excess hair as part of your grooming routine. We also have these kinds of cutters right here. See that? Kind of like a circular cutter like that with some openings on the sides of it where another blade rotates inside. And these usually come as a standalone on its own handle, kind of like, like this, right? Or it comes as an accessory to rotary shavers like this that we've used for head shaves. You can pop off the rotary head and then pop that on, and you've got something to trim the nose hair like that, right? And that kind of rotates around, and you can work it around there and in your ears, that sort of thing. But the advantages are these are all very, very good, and they do a good job, but they're battery powered. So if the battery runs out, you're out of luck. You got to get a new battery. And what if you don't have a new battery? That's why I was interested in this particular item here that I happen to see online. It's available on Amazon and also at Walmart. It's called the Swissklip Nose Hair Trimmer. And this is manual. This is a manual trimmer. And here's what it looks like right here. Check that out, okay? Okay, it comes with a cleaning brush, and here is the trimmer itself. We're gonna pull that out and let you get a look at it. Okay, so here it is. The cutter has the same configuration as this rotary cutter that we just showed you that clipped into or just popped into that rotary shaver, okay? There it is. But it's manual. This one's manual powered. All you have to do is just squeeze the clip, and it rotates those cutters inside that barrel there, as you can see. Can you see that? And that's what you use to trim your nose hair, and maybe even hair in your ear, that sort of thing. But yeah, I happened to see this on one of the social media platforms, and then I went up to Amazon. I also went to Walmart, and both of those outlets offered this. And it's about a $28 to $30 item. You could probably find it on sale from some other outlets or some other online retailers, but I got mine from Walmart because it was a little cheaper. It was about $27, $28, and I think Amazon wanted $31. So that's where I ordered it from, Walmart. But it looks like it's a pretty darn good item. Now, here's what the product information says online. The Swissklip Nose Hair Trimmer for Men. Manual nose hair trimmer. Stainless steel. I don't know if this is stainless steel because another description said that it had a good robust coating, but it sure does look like stainless steel to me. Swissklip nose hair trimmer for men, manual nose hair trimmer. Stainless steel nose hair remover for men and women, easy to use. Ear hair trimmer, keep your nose neat and clean. So you can use it on your ears, you can use it on, in your nostrils, and it should do a fairly good job. I'm looking forward to using this and seeing how it works. I just recently, before I got the manual Swissklip nose hair trimmer, I used this particular one right here. So I'm gonna have to wait for things to grow back in and give this a test run. But again, it's manual. That's why I was so attracted to it. And it had a very, very familiar barrel design, much like the one I showed you here that clipped into the rotary razor. So so it looks like it's going to do a good job, but that's how it works. Okay, you just squeeze, 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 and it rotates that barrel, and will trim out your nose hair, and I'm assuming hair in your ears as well. So we'll have a link to it on Amazon where you can check it out, and also on Walmart, the Swissklip Nose Hair Trimmer for men, a manual nose hair trimmer. Check it out from Swissklip. We'll have links below. Viewer Stanley Piaskowski sent this to the channel, and hopefully by the time this airs, this sale will still be active. This is the 50% off factory seconds sale on the Above the Tie S1 slant razor. We'll get a link to it below so you can check it out yourself. And again, hopefully the sale will still be active by the time this airs. Stanley writes to us, I purchased my S1 from this sale and bought the additional open comb plate also at 50% off. I understand that Blackland Razors now owns and operates the Above the Tie brand. That is correct. And they've got this 50% sale going on right now. Factory second, 50% sale on their S1 slant razor from Above the Tie. Stanley got both the razor and also the open comb base plate, both at 50% off, because it's a factory second. And if you go up to that page, this is what they have to say about it right here. Factory seconds. This is a factory seconds version of the S1 slant razor. The function and fit are perfect, but expect cosmetic imperfections such as visible scuffs or irregular machining patterns. These blemishes are purely aesthetic and do not affect performance in any way. All sales are final. No returns or exchanges on factory seconds. So there you go, a great opportunity to get an S1 slant razor from Above the Tie at 50% off. Just be aware it's a factory second. My thanks to Stanley Piaskowski for very kindly sending this information along to the channel, allowing me to share it with all the viewers. We'll have a link below. Stanley, thanks again very, very much. And that wraps up this week's look at new wet shaving gear. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some of these questions and comments. Hey, Glenn Martin sent this along as he spotted another razor in a classic movie. Now, last week, he sent along a link to a video showing the Apollo 11 astronauts shaving on their way to the moon, and he and I were discussing which razor that was, and we thought it was a Schick. We thought we'd reveal that answer to you this week. We thought it was a Schick. If you happen to have a chance to take a look at that video, double check us on that. But Glenn writes here, hi Mark, I first want to tell you my guess on last week's 3MB razor was wrong. A website that actually showed the razor and shave soap that was on Apollo 11, it was actually a Gillette Techmatic. Check that out. Glenn found additional information that confirms it was a Gillette Techmatic. Check it out and let us know if you think that it's a Gillette Techmatic. I thought it was a Schick, but anyhow, he continues here. Now, as far as my newest razor sighting, today, which was July 27th, 2025, just before 6 p.m., I was watching Dark Passage, a 1947 film starring Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall. At about 15 minutes, 26 seconds into the movie, Bogart, whose character is Vincent Perry, puts a razor down on the edge of the sink. Between you and me, I'm pretty certain it's an Eversharp Schick Injector razor. I have one identical to it. The funny thing is, although he's just shaved, you don't see him shaving. The image isn't revealed until later in the film. I thought you might want to have the Shave Sleuths scope this one out for fun. And a comment, best regards, Glenn, AKA Bug Chief. So what do you say, folks? We'll get the link below so you can check it out. Dark Passage, or if we can find that scene. I don't know if I can find the scene on YouTube, but check it out. Dark Passage, a 1947 film starring Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall. 15 minutes, 26 seconds or so into the film, Bogart is shaving, and Glenn seems to think it's an Eversharp Schick Injector razor. Check it out. Let us know if you agree or disagree. If you happen to know the film, please comment below and let us know. I love these. I really love these comments from Glenn where he finds these razors in some of these classic films. A lot of fun figuring out what razor is being used. Glenn, thanks again very, very much. Folks, the movie is Dark Passage. He thinks the razor is a Schick injector, an Eversharp Schick injector razor. Check it out. Let us know if you agree or not. Glenn, thanks again very, very much. We received this email from viewer Mark Vernick, who wrote, Mark, I hope you're soaking up the sunshine this summer. As the temperatures rise, so does our craving for classic treats, like the Bomb Pop, often nicknamed the Rocket Pop. This red, white, and blue favorite is more than a cool refreshment. It's a 70-year-old slice of Americana. On July 30th, 1955 in Kansas City, James S. Merritt and D.S. Abernethy of Merritt Foods introduced the Bomb Pop. Its six-fin shape was modeled after a bombshell, not a rocket, and its bold cherry, lime, and blue raspberry layers honored the American flag. Though the space race hadn't launched yet, the Pop's design felt right at home once it did. The Bomb Pop quickly became a freezer staple. Even when Popsicle's Firecracker Pop debuted in 1989, the original held strong. After Merritt Foods closed in 1991, Wells Enterprises, makers of Blue Bunny, took the reins, expanding the line of fun flavors like Warheads and Jolly Rancher, all while preserving the classic. Next time you enjoy one, remember, you're holding a colorful bit of Cold War history wrapped in summer joy. Got a favorite Bomb Pop memory? I'd love to hear it. Have a great week. Love the mailbag. Mark Vernick. Mark, thanks very much for the history on the Bomb Pop, the Rocket Pop. It was called the Sour Tower during our review on National Ice Cream Day. Whatever you call it, it's an absolutely fantastic summertime staple. 70 years old. Mark, thanks very, very much for all the great information. Really do appreciate it. Now, I wanted to give you an update on a safety razor that we introduced you to on a previous Monday morning mailbag, and that is the Yaqi stainless steel two-piece Baenzinger safety razor. Boy, oh boy, this is a beautiful razor, 316 stainless steel, a beautifully made two-piece safety razor, just like that. Again, stainless steel, really, really precisely made. And it has a 1 millimeter blade gap, and it is open comb, as you can see. Now, I took it for a test drive, and I got to tell you, this was far more aggressive than I anticipated. Now, that's not a bad thing because there are a lot of wet shavers out there that like aggressive razors. For me, it was a little too aggressive. However, here's the thing. Even though it was a little too aggressive and it had a little too much blade feel for me, I didn't nick myself, I didn't cut myself, I didn't come away with any irritation at all. But I did have a bit of a challenge in completing the shave. After the first pass, or thereabout completing 3/4 of the first pass, I took out the razor blade, which was a Persona Platinum razor blade, and I placed it into the Yaqi Cerberus razor. This is a 3-piece safety razor, also stainless steel. Boy, I love this razor because it is just a beautifully mild, smooth razor for me. And again, I like mild and smooth razors. And this is definitely a good, mild, smooth razor for me. So I finished the shave, doing the second pass with the Yaqi Cerberus razor with the original Persona Platinum blade that was installed in the Baenzinger razor. And again, I came away with a really, really wonderful shaving result. Yeah, there were, I would say, a good handful of zings there, maybe even a sting or two here and there from the almond block. But boy, what a close shave I got. I mean, really close, beautifully BBS. And again, no nicks, no cuts, no irritation. It's just that for my beard type and skin type, this was, for me, a little too aggressive with a little too much blade feel. Now, again, definitely a your mileage may vary kind of situation with this razor. There are wet shavers out there who really like a more aggressive razor because they have a more demanding beard type than I do. And this will probably be a beautiful razor for them. Now, I am going to work with this razor a little more. I think if I adjust my technique a little bit, I lighten up on my touch a little bit, and I make sure to do a lot of good prep, like a good pre-shave oil, a nice slick lather, those kinds of things, a good pre-shave wash, really do a good prep. I think this is going to give me a really good close shave. I am going to have to adjust my technique a little bit. Again, lighten up on the touch and maybe ride the cap a little more. I'm also going to wait until I have a good 3, 4, 5 days worth of beard growth and then use this razor, because I think that's where this is really going to shine for me. As a daily driver, no, it's with 1 day's worth of beard growth, it's a little too much for me. Again, your mileage may vary. It might be the perfect razor for you as a daily driver if you have a much more demanding beard type than I do. But I did want to give you an update that it's a beautiful razor. It's beautifully made. It's precisely made. But that 1 millimeter blade gap, well, let me put it this way. That 1 millimeter blade gap is accurate. It is very aggressive. So be aware of that. And again, I'm going to try to work with it here and there. And when I have a lot of beard growth, say 3 to 5 days worth of beard growth, I'm going to pull this out and do a shave and see how we do. So I just wanted to give you an update on the Yaqi 316 stainless steel 2-piece Baenzinger safety razor with a 1 millimeter blade gap. Yeah, believe it. For me, very aggressive with a lot of blade feel. But for you, it might be the perfect razor. My thanks again to Grace Chen and everyone at Yaqi for sending this one along to the channel, allowing me to share with all the viewers. Folks, we'll have a link below. Give it a look. Check it out. 1 millimeter blade gap on the aggressive side. Believe it. And that wraps up another Monday Morning Mailbag. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out all the wonderful artisan soap makers and sellers that you see displayed on the bottom of the screen right now. They make and offer some wonderful artisan shave soap. They also offer some wonderful wet shaving gear to enhance your traditional wet shave. The next time you're online, please take a moment, pay them a visit. I sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also, check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/Mark Zerady, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review on this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Hey, we have another double take cartoon puzzle this week. Try to find the differences between the two cartoon panels. If you need more time, just pause the video or try to find all the differences before time runs out. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.